Have you ever watched a great storm? The sky turns gray and the wind begins to shout. It howls through the trees, pushing with all its might. You see the trees bending and wonder if they will break. I think of an old oak tree on a hill. When the storms come, it takes the full force of the wind. But when the wind lets up, the tree straightens back up. It is still standing. The secret is not what you see above the ground. It is hidden deep below the surface. It is in the roots. Let's talk more about what these storms really are. In our lives, a storm is not just bad weather. It is the phone call you never wanted to receive. It is the feeling of failure when a project you poured your heart into does not succeed. It is the heavy weight of loneliness. These are the moments that shake our world. These storms come in many different forms. They are a part of every human life. No one is immune. The storm is not just happening to you, it is also happening for you. It is a powerful invitation to grow. So, if life's challenges are the storms, what are our roots? Your roots are everything that keeps you stable and nourished from within. A big part of this network is your personal set of values. These are the core principles you believe in, like honesty, compassion, integrity, perseverance. Your roots also include your support system, the people who love you, listen to you, and stand by you no matter what. But when we neglect our roots for too long, we become vulnerable. We are like a tree with a shallow root system, unprepared for the inevitable storm. Let's dig a little deeper into one of the most important parts of your root system, your values. What do I mean by values?
I was wrong and I want to make it right.
Honesty, kindness, courage, justice. Your values act as your internal compass. They point you toward your true north, helping you navigate even the foggiest situations. When a storm hits your life, your values become your strongest anchor. Think about a time when you had to make a difficult choice. Another essential part of our root system is our connection to other people. A tree does not grow in isolation. In the same way, we are not meant to face our storms alone. Our roots are made stronger by the family, friends, mentors, community members who stand with us. Think about what happens when you share a problem with a trusted friend. The burden suddenly feels lighter, doesn't it? Simple action this week. Identify one person in your support system. Send a text telling them you appreciate them. How does a storm make a tree's roots grow deeper? When the wind pushes against the tree, this creates tiny stresses in the root system. In response to this stress, the tree sends more energy downward. It is forced to grow new, stronger root fibers. The same exact principle applies to our own lives. When you face a failure, a loss, a fear, you have a choice. When you push through a difficult situation, you are creating new root fibers of resilience, wisdom, and character. I want to tell you about a woman named Sarah. For 15 years, Sarah worked for the same company. It was more than just a job to her. It was a part of her identity. Then, one Tuesday morning, a storm hit without warning. Her company was sold, and her entire department was eliminated. The first few weeks were devastating for Sarah. She felt lost, as if a huge part of who she was had been ripped away. After weeks of feeling adrift, Sarah knew she had to find something to hold on to. She started thinking about her roots. Today, Sarah runs her own small business helping people who have lost their jobs find new paths. The storm that took her job away forced her to dig deeper and find her true purpose. Now let me share the story of a young man named Leo. Leo was a bright student who had always done well without much effort. But the first semester of college chemistry was a storm he didn't see coming. He took his first major exam and failed it. Leo was at a crossroads. He could let this one failure define him, or he could use it. He formed a study group, learned to be humble, and asked for support. When he took his final exam, he passed the class. Stories of growth are not just for individuals. I think of a small town nested in a beautiful valley next to a quiet river. But one spring, after weeks of heavy rain, the quiet river turned into a raging monster. A devastating flood swept through the valley. But then, something beautiful began to happen. People started emerging from their damaged homes to check on their neighbors. The work of rebuilding took years, but through the process, the town grew deeper roots of connection than it had ever known. Let's pause and look at what these three stories have in common. On the surface, their storms were very different. But the journey they took follows the exact same path. The difficulty was not just random, it was a turning point. The storms, as painful as they were gifts. Difficult, unwanted gifts. Gifts of growth. Now I want you to bring this home into your own heart. Take a moment to think about a storm from your own past. Remember how that felt. Remember the fear. Remember the sadness. Remember feeling like the wind was too strong. Your survival of it is a testament to your strength. You are here today. You made it through that storm. Look closely. The evidence of your own strength is right there in your past. You are living proof of the truth we've been talking about. We are moving from understanding to action. How can you, right now, begin to grow your roots deeper? The first step is to know what you stand for. You must name your values. I want you to find a quiet moment today. Write down words that come to mind. Family, honesty, kindness, courage. Circle the 5 that resonate most deeply. Write them on a small card and put it in your wallet. The goal is to make these values a conscious part of your daily life. Strong roots are not grown overnight. They are built slowly, day by day, through small, consistent actions. It could be starting your day with 5 minutes of quiet. It could be taking a short walk during your lunch break. I want you to choose just one small habit to focus on this week. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up. Each time you perform your small habit, you are sending a message to yourself. I can count on me. No tree stands entirely alone. In a forest, roots connect and intertwine. We humans are the same. Your family, your friends, your community, these people are your lifeline. Simple action this week. Identify one person in your support system. Send a text telling them you appreciate them. By being a source of strength for others, you strengthen your own purpose. Remember, a forest is stronger than a single tree. Every storm, every struggle, every failure holds a lesson. If we are brave enough to look for it, we can find wisdom in our wounds. Failure is simply feedback. It's life's way of saying something isn't working. You need to try a different approach. Try a small exercise. Think of a recent failure. Write answers to 2 questions. What did I learn? How can I do better next time? This turns failure into fuel. You learn to see every stumble as a step forward. The final step is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is the act of intentionally focusing on what is good in your life, even when things are hard. Gratitude does not ignore the pain, but it widens your view. It reminds you that even in the darkest times, there is still light. Every night before sleep, think of 3 specific things you were grateful for that day. Be specific. The way my daughter laughed, the warm sun on my face. It gives you a source of inner warmth and light that no wind can extinguish. It nourishes your soul and strengthens your will to keep going. We began our journey with the image of a great storm, watching an old oak tree on a hill. We saw it survive. The secret was not the mighty trunk, but the roots, growing deeper and stronger with every storm. Our lives are no different from that tree. We all face storms, but these storms are opportunities that happen for us. Remember Sarah, Leo, and the town. In each story, the pattern was the same. The struggle was not the end, it was the catalyst. The next time you see dark clouds gathering, I want you to remember you have a choice. You can see the storm as a threat or as a teacher. It is the choice to stand firm, to face the wind, and to trust that you have what it takes to endure. So my final call to you is this: embrace the rain. Do not run from the storms. Instead, ask for the strength to face them. Today, you can begin to plant your roots deeper. Pick one of the steps we talked about. Name your core values this afternoon. You are the tree on the hill. You have everything you need within you to not only survive the storms of life, but to use them to become more magnificent than you ever thought possible. And never ever forget this fundamental truth that nature teaches us. Storms make trees take deeper roots. Now go and grow. And never ever forget this fundamental truth that nature teaches us. Storms make trees take deeper roots. Now go and grow.